Break the bias. Ladies, what's the first thing that crosses your mind when you hear that sentence? Whether you realize it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, women faces different kinds of biases every day. But to begin with, let's have the same definition of gender bias. Gender bias is the tendency to prefer one gender over another. It occurs when one individual unconsciously acts certain attitudes or thinks certain stereotypes to another person simply because of their gender. And this is what International Women's Day wants to tackle.
International Women's Day is commemorated annually on March 8. It is a day where we celebrate women's social, economic, cultural, and political achievements while pushing a call to action for women's equality. This year's celebration shines some light on breaking the bias. The theme was inspired by the lack of awareness on how bias could hinder women from advancing.
There's even a metaphor for it: glass ceiling. Glass ceiling is a metaphor used to describe an invisible barrier that prevents one qualified person from rising beyond a certain level in hierarchy based on biases. This term, this metaphor, first introduced by feminists to describe the barriers that women have to face in their career, from subjecting that women is being too emotional or thinking that women need to spend more time taking care of their family.
Ibu Retno Lestari.
But Indonesia's Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Lestari Marsudi challenged the male-dominated world where she was elected as the first Indonesian female Foreign Affairs Minister back in 2014. Holding a crown for 2 terms of service, Marsudi was also elected as the co-chair of the COVAX Advanced Market Commitment Engagement Group, a vaccine procurement and distribution forum during the COVID-19 pandemic. The struggle does not only happen in politics. Looking back, women's career in sports has not always been accepted in society. It is believed that man is the one who should be strong, dominant, and competitive, while women should be warm, caring, and sympathetic. However, female Malaysian squash player Nicole David smashed all those stereotypes when she won a record-breaking 8 World Open title and 5 British Open titles. In 2011, David was named as the 12th legend of squash by the World Squash Federation Hall of Fame. The achievement didn't stop her from achieving more. In July 2016, she reached her 101st successive month in the top 10, breaking the record in both men's and women's categories. Meanwhile, it takes more than role models for women to live in a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. Thus, organizations such as Gender Equality Advocacy Group needs to step in to encourage the move. AWARE, an association of women for action and research, is a Singapore-based group that supports equal opportunities in many aspects, such as education, marriage, and employment for women in Singapore. It offers a multitude of social initiatives and critical support services, including fundraising for Indian Kickstarter campaign and feminism for all causes. The message that all of these women want to convey might sound simple, but the journey towards breaking the bias in society is still far. One step at a time, women is taking their place in this world by creating a world that embraces differences. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where women is no longer ashamed or afraid of being themselves. Rebecca Napitupulu, Leshana Prasastya for See Today.